Today, I wanted to give a talk about what it might mean to be a part of a vibrant living lineage. Because yeah, it's something I've been thinking about lately. I think Candrilla had said something along the lines of, you have to add something to the river of blessings. And that kind of struck me because it's not necessarily something that I would often think about. So I thought it might be nice just to start with refuge and bodhicitta, just to connect with that vibrant living lineage. And then after that, I just wanted to read a few things that I guess came up for me. I've just got a few, I guess, thoughts about the topic, and then some questions as well that I'd love to put to you guys and hear your opinions. Yeah, I guess in summary, I've got some just, I guess, concluding thoughts here that we as a community are the future of this unique and beautiful lineage, right? Like, who else is that? And just appreciating that how the light of Dharma reflects in different ways and in various directions, I guess, from all of the different surfaces of compassionate intention, and how each previous master has flavored the river with their own unimaginably beautiful specificities, that have arisen from their particular wishes and conditions and so forth. Yeah, what beautiful qualities will we add to the river? What do we find in our minds that, I don't know, is kind of just arises for us when we contemplate the teachings or, meditate and so forth? How does this all sit with you? Do you, like me, have discomfort around the idea of appreciating our own unique good qualities and specific Dharma wishes and tastes? And also, how can we do this without giving rise to arrogance or spiritual pride? Because I think that's the big risk of this kind of line of inquiry, right? And kind of what I worry about when kind of going down this particular route of thought. It's like, well, how can I be sure that I'm not just going to, I don't know, generate spiritual pride or whatever? Also, if we're considering what dedications and promises we are making now, the ones that will eventually ripen as the various features of our own enlightened bodies, speech, and minds, how do we make sure those are in alignment with the lineage masters? It's kind of funny because this particular line of inquiry has kind of been around for a while, kind of rattling around in the back of my mind. I used to listen to Shantideva's Guide to the Bodhisattva Way of Life on the way to university, and it's funny, just the randomest, like, there are so many great quotes. I could never remember any of them. But the one verse that always stuck out to me was when someone was asking him how the Buddhas continue to benefit living beings if they don't have any conceptual thought. Shantideva replies something along the lines of, just as the reliquary called the Garuda is consecrated by the Brahmin and continues to benefit living beings once the Brahmins died, so too the reliquary called a Buddha is consecrated through the prayers and dedications of a bodhisattva, and likewise continues to benefit living beings once the Buddha's sort of, I guess, gone past conceptual thought. And that's like the one thing that stuck out to me. And I think why it always kind of stuck out to me was because of the idea that yeah, a Buddha is created through those bodhisattva prayers and dedications. Kind of made it clear to me how that functioned and how Buddhas function. But then in light of this kind of inquiry, it's like, yeah, okay, what are we throwing into that reliquary that we're creating? Like, what joyful delights have we stumbled across in our own practice that make our mind peaceful and happy, that we'll eventually be able to kind of share with others? Two more questions. How can we practice with deep devotion and humility while fully leaning into our own unique mix of energies and appearances? Also, yeah, what particular teachings always make you shiver with wonder at how something so beautiful could exist? And what might they say about your own particular tastes and Dharma wishes? How can we ride this virtuous wave? So just to, I guess, start off with this one, I was always really struck by the story. That's why I shared a few poems in Dakini Art, I think yesterday or the day before, as kind of a bit of a precursor to this. And that were just kind of some of the teachings that always stick out for me. But I think in particular, I was always really moved at the story of Geshe Ben Gangyal was, a monk, and he knew that some famous, teacher was coming to the monastery. So I was like, oh, I'd better, clean my shrine and, open the door so that, he can see how good a sort of monk I am. But then in catching that and seeing that like kind of weird pride and kind of wanting to show off, he caught himself and was like, no, no. And so like he threw dirt or dust all over his shrine and opened his door, so that it could be seen that he wasn't. That for me is just something that always moved me, just that idea of kind of going one step further than just remaining natural as you change your aspiration and kind of keeping things inside. I've definitely known practitioners who actively throw dust, kind of actively kind of put up this facade of being a bit regular, a bit normal, not a great practitioner or whatever. But when you get to know them, every now and then you'll catch like a side-eye glimpse of like what's really going on. And it's just, for me, there's always been something just particularly moving and beautiful about that. Does anyone have thoughts?
Yesterday, I couldn't join everybody. I was driving, so I decided to listen to Sky Dancer podcasts. And so I listened to all of them. And it's exactly kind of, I guess, I don't know the answer for what is my expression. But in hearing that you wrote those, Ben, and then listening to the interviews, it's like that was Dakini. That was like the teachings and the contributions to the river. And I was like so like touched by the depth of creativity and knowing and commitment in the community. So, and then today, Ben, you share more. So I think that's how perhaps we do it in our modern way or in our way, is that. And hopefully I'll find mine.
Does anyone have particular like teachings that always move them in particular? I love to hear that sort of thing.
I was gonna just respond that showing up and practicing is a huge contribution to the lineage. I think I feel it's a responsibility of ours. And I get judgmental when people don't. But to me, it's a huge gift to the lineage and to all of us when we all are here and present and practicing, much less talking about our practice and sharing our aspirations, our interpretations, our feelings about it.
Just one quick final thought, or I guess just thing to think about, was I kind of messaged around on Discord about asking what music you really enjoy. And that was kind of me asking the question of, how we can find some delightful, visceral ways to appreciate each other, and appreciate each other's kind of unique flavors and qualities and energies and so forth. I guess because we are, like a community, it'd be really nice to get to know people more. And it's been really fun kind of listening to people's choices of music, because I'm like, oh yeah, like, I don't know, like there is something there. It's like, I don't know, you get some feeling for that person. I don't know, I did anyway.
Can I say one thing about what you have been sharing? And also, I love the topic you chose about this, which aligns with my intention as well. Even this Sunday Sangha is one of the expressions. So far, like 4 sessions, it's such a unique Dharma teaching, actually, whatever form it is. And I'm really enjoying, savoring each session. And I don't know what comes up. I didn't know in advance what they're going to share. And each sharing feels like a gem or the treasure. I have this metaphor. Maybe I might have shared in one of my books, but we are like what you call the crystal, like a facet, like a diamond facet. Then light comes from the behind. That is the lineage blessing and the lineage teaching, and the light nectar comes through us. Then we are like a facet. So through us, going to create the beautiful rainbow colors. We are not just one dimension going this one. So just we are as an embodiment of lineage and blessing, but also a unique expression here. We're starting from here. If we are just like the mirror or a simple glass or something, then just go to one direction, like one kind of expression. So each has a different expression. Digest the Dharma teaching, of course, authentic teaching here. So then we digest and have some kind of flavors. So far, I've been very enjoying.